phone thinks I'm dead. Doesn't recognize my finger.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I am Mary Beth.
I am Helen.
We are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow, and we are coming to you from a rainy and wet New Jersey.
Yes.
We are getting the tail end of the tropical storm that has been traveling up the East Coast. It is fall.
Yeah.
Full on fall. I seem to be having problems forming my words today.
Full on fall.
Full on fall. Anyway.
Just seems like you're being very deliberate.
I know. Well, it's because it felt like my words weren't coming out.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I am wearing the Traveler hoodie by Andrea Mowry. I did it in our colorway, the squirrel. I opted not to do the hood. I tell myself it's because if I were wearing the hood, it would be because I was outside and it was raining out and I wouldn't want to have a wet woolen hood around my head. But that's really not true. I was bored. I wanted to be done. I didn't want to do the hood. So
ready to move on to the next one.
I wanted to move on to the next thing. So I opted to do the version without the hood, but I love it. It is super, super comfortable and very warm.
Perfect on a day like today.
Yeah. Did this in our Toad DK. And it's a great color.
Yes, it is. It's fantastic. I'm wearing my City Limits sweater by Tana Fiber Arts, right?
Tanis Fiber Arts?
Tanis, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. There is fingering held double so that you kind of marl and fade in color-wise. I love it. It's one of the most comfortable things I own.
Yes.
So,
every time I see you in it, because it's made out of lots of the
favorite books.
Ones that we did with the favorite books. And
yeah.
I think back to the podcast that we did with Paige when we were talking about our favorite books, and it was just the best time.
It really was.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right.
Today we are going to talk to you. We have cross stitch. We have knitting.
We have EPP.
We have crochet.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
we have new starts. We have finishes.
Yes.
Got a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Hopefully it will not be an hour and a half.
I don't know. People kind of like the hour and a half ones. Some people do. You know,
yeah.
They enjoy sitting down, coming back to it over and over again. We got a couple of comments about how they really enjoyed the long ones. So, all right. You want to start with your finished object?
Yes. I finished my Hugo Burst blankets.
Whip
Mary Beth in the face. So this is made using our DK leftovers, and the main color is the Hugo and the Ivy. It is absolutely perfect because it goes with every single color in this blanket. Not new, but it is a lap size blanket. I did 10 squares across and 8 squares down. I planned it out that way. And I love it. I have been using it all week.
You have?
I threw my back out last week and I spent quite a few days in my chair, immobile, with this on my lap. So it's warm and cozy and it's not too big.
Not too heavy.
Not too heavy because of too much bigger and it's going to get very, very heavy.
Yeah.
And it's
beautiful.
Beautiful.
It really is.
I just love all the colors. Somebody had said that they don't normally, left a comment that they don't normally like granny squares, but they do with these my colors.
Thank you, by the way.
Yes, I did say thank you. And it's true because I am the same way. To me, a granny square is 70s and I am not. I lived through the 70s, so I don't look back upon them fondly as, you know, a design choice. So, but this just, I mean, it helps that I dyed all the yarn, so, you know, I can go back and look at it and think, you know, oh, that's chaos. And, you know, I've got a sweater in that. favorite creatures in the world inspired the main color. So
It's a great blanket.
Yeah.
It really is. Perfect for this time of year.
yeah, I will now put it on my lap
Okay.
and be just like a little old granny.
I was going to say not great at all. All right.
However, I'm wearing a skirt and it's 50 degrees outside.
It is chilly. It's chilly. Okay, I have my my project binder so that my calendar so I can see what I have been working on. I had to go around and collect everything because there's a lot. So if you are new, Helen and I put both our cross stitch projects and our knitting projects on the wheel of tiny decisions, and every day we spin and see what we're working on. And I have had a couple of things called twice in the week, and I've had a bunch of different things. It makes life interesting.
It does, and it makes it brings some excitement to old projects.
Yes.
Especially as far as the knitting is concerned. I have revised my plan a little bit on both the cross stitch and the knitting. I am, as far as the knitting is concerned, I am every other day spinning. Well, now I'm not. Okay. I'm working on the same project every other day, which I will show you in a minute. And when I spin, I'm going to work on that for 2 days because I found that a couple times the day all the time I had was to figure out where I was and get back in a groove, and it's like, oh, now I'm going into something else tomorrow.
Right.
So I'm giving myself 2 days on the projects, and I'm doing the same with cross stitch.
Okay.
And cross stitch is only every other day. EPP is going.
All right. So
It's a very complicated plan. The only person that needs to understand it is me, and I do. So.
All right. So let's start with EPP
Okay.
because my EPP is on top.
Okay.
Which is why I'm saying that.
Okay. EPP is English paper piecing, and I hand stitch mine. And I'm working on blocks for a Halloween cherish quilt. And I am finding it hard with all of my hobbies and wanting to work on everything to squeeze time in.
Okay.
For my EPP. I want to do it, but then it's, well, I'm cross stitching, or I've got to get a little more stitching done because I only got a half an hour this morning. But I don't want to do too much EPP because then later on I want to go over to knitting. And on the weekends, because I was thinking maybe I'll dedicate my weekends to EPP, but I want to be quilting and sewing and doing things that I want to sew, not things that I'm sewing for work. So that was where I came down with EPP, cross stitch. They're both hand stitching.
Right.
So one day I will do cross stitch. The next day I will do EPP.
Okay.
And anyway.
All this to say,
I finished a cherish block. This is my most recent one. I adore this one.
I love it.
I love every single one I do, and it's like, oh my God, look what you did. I love the ghosts. The ghosts just make me smile. When they fit perfectly into the template, I'm just like, that's going to be awesome.
Yes.
And I was going to do them, they are the same shape as the green. And so so there are 6 going this way and 12 going around. So I was going to do the ghosts as the 12. I thought, well, they're not going to sit right, and then they're going to kind of blend into each other. So then I decided to do them as the 6. And then I had the black and whites, and I'm like, I need like an acid green.
Yeah.
For like a Halloween acid green, and my girl Tula Pink.
Yeah, her true colors, whatever color you want, you will find it in there.
Yeah. So as long as it's a bright color. So this is a mineral, one of her mineral true colors that I used, but I adore it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It really is perfect for the overall pop that you needed for this.
And it's Halloween. It screams Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
That is my my cherished block of the week.
Very cool. I started working on my Seven Sisters again. This is my EPP project. The difference is I do not hand stitch mine. I machine stitch them. So there are 7 different colors of the stars, and I have finished putting together the first 4. They are in here. So I have all 9 of these done. So I have kind of an orangey one, a purple, a red, and then a light blue.
You gotta see the trash bag.
Kind of aqua. So I am using Tula Pink's Tiny Beasts for the main color, and then the coordinating color are her Tiny Dots and Tiny Stripes. So I needed 3 more colors, and I have cut out all the pieces I need to now baste them. But I have this one is going to go with yellow like that. So that's going to be bringing in my yellow.
That's so cool because when you pulled it out, I mean, I first thought this one was going green. And then when you put it with the yellow, it's like, oh, of course, no, it's yellow.
Right. My other ones are upstairs. I didn't bring down my
okay.
thing. I have, because I had basted 2 other beasts, but
Oh, you have that coordinating.
I have the coordinating. So one of them is going to go with green, and one of them is going to go with an orangey color, a lighter yellowy orange, because this orange is very red orange. So this one is going to be more of a yellow orange. So it's going to bridge the difference in the blocks. So I'm kind of excited about it. I got all my stars like this sewn together. So those are all done. I'm going to finish basting the next 3 colors and sew them together, and then I will have all the stars done, and then I will be on, you know, all the white and gray in the background. All the other fun stuff.
It's like you think you're done.
I know. So it's coming together.
Pause for a second. Maybe that'll be better. Okay.
It's all coming together.
It's very good.
Yes. So it's just a matter of, as Helen said, carving out a little bit of time for that, because I tend to go more towards, if I'm upstairs sewing, I'm sewing something bigger, you know, a bag or a quilt or something like that. Not the little pieces. But I am excited to see how it turns out. So stay tuned.
As are we all.
Yes. Right. Put the crinkly bags away. All right. Shall we go into cross stitch?
Sure.
All right. You have 5? I have 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have 5.
Okay, I have 4. So if you want to go ahead.
Okay, so my first one is a new one. Oh, I also got a little bit of startitis. No, I got over my startitis because I started 3 new projects last week, and I'm just like, okay, if it spins a new one, I'm spinning again.
Okay.
Because so the first one was the Ghost Collection by Madame Chantilly. I will put a picture here because I didn't print it out. My biggest problem was finding fabric, and I like to stitch on linen, and Mary Beth likes to stitch on Aida. So I was trying to find a linen that was going to show all the colors. Mainly there's a lot of white.
Right.
And my linens that I have are very, very light, so the white wouldn't have shown up on them. So I had one of Mary Beth's pieces of Aida. I think we found, oh, you cut a piece for me from your blue. So I was all set to use that and everything. And then I stumbled upon this. I don't know where we got this. but I love it, and it's perfect. Okay, it was a new start. I only did one day, so it's like, you know, don't get overwhelmed by my 50 stitches. But all the colors are going to show up really well. It's a Halloween cross stitch. So
Not a lot of orange in the pumpkins?
no, they're more yellow.
Okay.
So
It'll be perfect.
yeah. So that
Cool.
is the Ghost collection.
Well, it's very good that you didn't use the blue, because I did.
Right.
It turns out that I did. So I got a couple of days spun on the Halloween tree. This is by Tinsel Crafts. The top of her head does exist.
She does exist.
I started this. I'm working on the witch and coming down from the top of the tree. So that's where I am so far.
It's going to be really cool.
It is. It's going to be very cool. There is a lot of black in this. However, I am not using, for those of you that are cross stitchers, I am not using DMC 310. I am using 939, which is a very, very, very dark midnight blue. So when you catch it in the right light, it looks blue, but otherwise it looks black.
You would never know looking at it on the screen.
Right. So that's where I am so far.
And it stitches, but I don't know what it is about black and white. The X's never go right.
No, they don't.
And
I hate using them.
Yeah, I just hate using them.
So I tend to pick other things if I possibly can. So that is where I am with that. A couple of days, really not much to show for it, but such is life.
Another one of my new starts was it spun me Sit a Spell from the Cricut collection. That's the pattern. And this one I did end up stealing a piece of your Ada. So I have started the potion bottle for S. That's as far as I got.
Cool. All right. I got Halloween or autumn. It's called Let's Talk About Autumn, or Let's Talk Autumn. I call it my autumn words. This one spun twice, and
you started that years ago.
I did. I started it a couple of years ago. I chose to, instead of stitching on black with mostly white, I have gone the other way and gone colors.
And it's so much better this way.
Yeah, since I picked this up again.
I'm sorry.
I put in the green underneath the blessings. I finished this little curly Q. The leaf went in. I put in gourds, and I am now almost done acorns.
Cool.
So it is.
You're making progress?
Yes, it is coming along.
My other start of the week was Pumpkin Houses by Owl Forest Embroidery. And we had bought the thread pack from Owl Forest. So as far as kitting it up, I just had to find fabric. And I started working on it. I got that much done. I love their threads so much. This is 3 colors. The house is all just one color. It looks almost like it's striped with 2 different color greens. And the orange is all one color. Their variegated flosses are so pretty. And I was talking to Mary Beth, and I started I had the 3 new starts, and the Sit Spell and the Madame Chantilly was just like, oh, all right, fine, I'll start them. And even while I was stitching them, it's like, well, I'm doing this because it got spun. Then I got started on the Owl Forest, and I'm like, oh, I could just work on this forever.
Right.
And I don't know what it is about certain patterns that are like that, where it's just, and it's, the the pumpkin houses and the Madame Chantilly are both digital patterns, so it's not digital versus paper.
Right.
The Cricut is a paper pattern, so I had to scan that in and get that into GoodNotes. But touring markup RxP, one's in GoodNotes, so it's not that the software is the thing. It's something about the patterns.
It is, and her patterns are fantastic.
And Owl Forest inevitably is one of the ones that it will just be. I just want to stitch on that.
I will work on that forever.
And I'm not sure, because I love the final outcomes of the Citaspell and the Madame Chantilly. It's not even, it's not that I don't like what I'm stitched. I don't like the motifs that I'm stitching. So I don't know what it is. If you have a thought, let us know.
Okay.
If you can get into my brain and figure out why I like things and
yeah. Don't go in there. It's a scary place to be, trust me. One of my new starts was When Witches Go Riding by Tiny Modernist. I had kitted this up and I wanted to do it, but I wanted to pop up some of the colors. Some of the colors were a little bit blah for me. So I started it, and I just started it this morning. I've gotten the crow, the left-hand crow done.
He's a very cool crow.
Yeah, that's as far as I've gotten. But I'm pretty sure I'm working on this again tomorrow. So this is what it spun for me tomorrow. So I'm going to go into the Weeping Angel. And I'm going to leave that the same color, the gray with the white. But then I'm definitely going to change most of the colors of the words. And the curly cues coming down will change just because I like more color. So I have a lot of really, really beautiful fall colors for my Halloween words or my autumn words that I had pulled. So I'm just using those same colors. I'm crossovering. I'm crossing over. I am bringing them into this one as well.
I think because looking at it, I remember when we were looking at the patterns and you said you wanted to get it, and I thought, oh yeah, that's really cool. And then I'm like, oh, I don't think I want that. And it's the colors.
Yes.
It's because it's only 3 or 4 colors.
Yeah, it's very monochromatic. Well, not monochromatic, but it is very low colors.
And they're not like poppy colors. So
like the witch's hat is purple, but it's a very dark plum purple.
Right.
So, I mean, you can change so much just by adding in some brighter colors.
Right, exactly.
So I will keep the bats and the crows and the cat black, and I am going to change pretty much anything else that is black and just pop it up. So that's where I am with that. And I'm keeping it in the same bag as my autumn words just because I'm sharing the threads. So it makes life easy.
Turns out I only have 4.
Okay, well let me go again then because I have 5. I had Celebrate Halloween got pulled or got spun. So I got a little bit more work done on this. This is kind of a letdown. Well, not a letdown, but I'm working on the trick or treat sign.
It's not overwhelming.
No, I'm working on the trick or treat sign.
Your progress. I mean, the stitch itself is nice, but it's
I'm working on the same motif.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of fill in there.
Done, but there's a lot of filling in that needs to be done. So that is just kind of blah.
Boring.
However, it should be relatively easy to do because I got everything other than the gray done. So now it's just fill.
And it's all the same gray. It's not shaded.
Yeah, it's all the same. So that's just fill. It's when it gets pulled next, I hope to get more done on it. And hopefully finish it up.
My last one is it spun Halloween in the City by Crochet a Go-Go, which I have been working on all season. So that's my progress so far. And what I got done is this second bunny witch here. I just finished up her cloak when Mary Beth came in and told me it was time to podcast. I love this one.
So do I.
This one took me a little bit to get into. I think mainly because it just took me forever to get this one tree done and get into the meat of it.
Right.
But now that I am, it's just, do I really want to work on anything else?
I have to say the white shows up so well against that.
It does. I had used 3865 is the border. But then the ghosts and the rabbits are blanc because I ran out of 3865 and I had some blanc sitting there and I thought, oh, I'll just take that. They're the same. Whites are all the same. They are not, and even close. So I have to go find some 3865 to keep the border consistent. But all the other whites I will do the blanc because it does just show up so well.
It does. It really shows up. Let me know when you hit that because I have 3865 in just about every project.
Oh, so do
I
I know I have it in like
ton.
3 or 4 projects.
Yeah.
So.
My last one that got spun this week was The Stitch Witch by Tiny Modernist. I hear her name a lot. And this is where I am.
Are you added a ghost?
Yes. Actually, I think the ghost was there.
Oh, okay.
I think he's been there for a while. I was working on the witch. I had to pull out the bottom part of her brim and most of her face. So I got that back in, got her hair in. I'm now working on the bodice of her dress. So it is coming together slowly but surely.
Do you see this as something come out for Halloween or something that goes up in the sewing room?
I think it goes up on the sewing room all year round.
I mean, the only thing is the bottom that would like stick it Halloween because you know it says October 31st.
And the pumpkins.
And the pumpkins. But otherwise, I mean, I like to
honestly,
think of ourselves as stitch witches.
Honestly, I do not have a problem with, pumpkins out all year round.
Oh, yeah, it was
And
just,
I very likely may change the date
Oh, okay.
and make it October 30th.
Oh, yeah.
Since that's my birthday.
Right.
So, I may just change that
You
to
can just
October
put your
30th.
name there.
Or, yeah, I could do that too. Yeah. But that is the state of the cross stitch. Okay. I have a lot of knitting. Spun a lot of different knitting projects.
What do I have? I have 4.
So I have touched 7 different projects this past week.
I touched 5, but I finished 1. So, okay.
All right.
You go.
All right. The first one is the Skyline Wrap by Helen Stewart. I moved my bunny up so that I could show where I was. So this is as much as I have gotten done.
Oh, you got quite a bit done.
I did. I had to figure out what I was doing.
What's the pattern?
Right. I did figure out the pattern. Then I had to find out where I was in the pattern. Helen Stewart is fantastic. She gives you
Checklist.
a checklist that you can check off. Did I check it off? No, I did not. I have now, though.
I was gonna say one of the things because I did a Helen Stewart too. I really, 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 really like Helen Stewart's
Oh my God, I
patterns.
love working on her patterns. I have, this particular section is working with 2 different colors. So I had to figure out which color I was on. Which wasn't as difficult as I originally thought because I was on a purl row, which meant I was coming back. So I was using the string that was over on the left-hand side.
It's on the purl side.
It was on the purl side, okay? But there it is. This is how it is so far. This is using our Advent minis from the year that we did the Hallmark movies. I have no idea what the names of them are. I can't even tell you for sure what year it was. I think it was 2022. But because 2024 was Under the Sea and 2023 was the Nutcracker. So I'm pretty sure it was 2022. However, that's where I am so far. And I will continue doing this. I know what I'm doing now. I have, I think, 3 more rows of the chevron.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you only had like 3 more colors.
Nope.
No, I don't think so.
No. There's so many. I think I have 3 more rows of the chevron, and then I move on to the next thing. But I was thinking, am I taking the colors all the way through until I run out of the mini, or am I stopping with the pattern?
Right.
So I had to figure that out, and I am stopping with the pattern. I am only doing what the pattern calls for. So
I remember that because we were saying then there would be enough left over for me to do something with them.
right. Well, I'm not sure whether that's going to happen or not, because
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw them into my Bibs and Bobs blanket.
Okay. Be greedy. That's fine.
Mhm.
I said be greedy. That's fine.
Okay. Or I can give them to you and you can put them in your Bibs and Bobs blanket. But rather than
There are
put them...
more than enough colors floating around here.
Well, that's the thing. My main thing of thinking was, rather than putting them on the leaning tower of yarn balls,
Stick them
That's
into
just-
another bag, yeah.
put them in a bag where I know they're going to go into it and it's in rotation,
Right.
so that I can continue putting it in. So I think that's what I'm going to do with them. Anyway, Skyline wrap. It's back in the works.
Okay, speaking of the Bits and Bobs blanket, that's fun for me, and that working on this was what sparked me to say I need 2 days on each of these projects, because I'm only going to take this out to show you the blanket. I maybe got 2 rows done once I relearned how to do fisherman's rib. Oh, and the yarn that I had an old cake of standing stones, which was a speckled gray that I was using as the main color. And I think moths got to it or something, because it was just, I'd do 5 stitches and it would either break or it was already broken. So I had another one in here. It looks like our peridot color.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what this is? This is from the Outlanders.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I got that attached, and I only got a couple rows done.
You hold 2 fingering together
Right.
to marl it. So when Helen's talking about the main color, this is the one that travels through the entire blanket, and then you switch out with minis like this.
And by the main color, it's just, you're just holding 2 fingering. The blanket doesn't need to have one color that goes throughout. I just thought I was going to do that when I started it. So it's just a patchwork. It's a lot of fun to knit. It really is. I just gotten into it, and it wasn't a particularly good knitting night that night anyway. There were lots of distractions. So I thought, I'm going to take 2 days on each of these.
Yeah.
Just so I can
Get some real work done on it. Okay, we had to pause because Helen pulled her stitches out.
Yeah, I love my chow goos, but when there are a lot of stitches on the needle, boy, they just fly right off.
Okay.
So, Bits and Bobs.
I am working on my Hermione Everyday Socks. This colorway is Cheddar, Stilton, and Gorgonzola. I know this because I was cleaning out pictures in my phone, and we did this right about this time several years ago. So here, I'm going to send Helen the picture so she can put it in. This is the graphic that we got the inspiration from. We thought it was very funny. Anyway.
You got quite a way.
Yes. So I was talking about this last time. Here's my marker for where I was the last time we talked, and I got that much in. And saying that I didn't know what the pattern was, so I was doing Hermione's Everyday Socks, and our friend Heather left a comment and said that the pattern was Hermione's Everyday Socks.
Because we did it as a knit along.
Yeah, a sock class teaching people to knit socks two at a time on a needle. So I'm continuing the Hermione's Everyday pattern, and that is as far as I've gotten. This is going to be one of my 12 pairs of socks for 2025. Moving right along.
What year are we in?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Next up, it spun me my Sophie hood. Very thrilled about. This is a great finished product. I think it's going to be very warm and everything. Lord, it's boring. It's by Petite Knits. It's just a bunch of garter. I don't know why I object to it so much. I am almost to the halfway point. That's how much yarn I have left. And this is the Ides of March, which we don't have anymore. And I'm not necessarily going to dye up yarn just to finish up this hood.
What are you going to do?
So my question becomes, when I hit the halfway point, do I go with the color from the Secret Gardens?
The Wandering Paths.
The Wandering Paths, which is very similar to it.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking go with Wandering Paths.
But next to each other, will there be a very obvious difference? And if there is, do I then just go with a totally different color?
Do you put...
And like throw Weeping Willows in to pull out the green speckle?
I was going to say, do you put like a couple of rows of Weeping Willow in the middle and then go into Wandering Paths and then have it be, they're not right on top of each other? Yeah, maybe. So that you have a little bit of green, but you have to know.
But then I have to cake up an entire, because it's DK. I don't think we have any leftovers. I mean, I could find a DK ball, but I'm doing it, holding it with the mohair. And then, of course, the mohair I've got.
Do we have
a
DK mini set?
I think what I'm going to do is, this is for me to wear. So I think I'm just going to go to Wandering Paths and continue to use this mohair.
Okay.
And if I run out of mohair, I have some bubbly left from my no frills. Right.
Oh, this would be the point where I say, done.
Well, it's, I want it done. Because, walking the dogs when it's so windy and cold.
Yeah.
And wrapping that around you is going to be really nice.
It is. I have my wolf, the one that I did in wolf that I put on, that I will continue to use because I just got so bored with it. I did not want to do it anymore.
Once I got going into it, it really wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But then it was just like, here I am, I've resurrected this project, and I mean, there was absolutely no doubt that I'm going to run out of yarn. So.
Okay, well. See what happens. All right, my next knitting project is...
My first world problems.
Yes. My next knitting project is my Nutcracker blanket. I call it that because I am doing this out of the minis that we did for 2023's Advent, the Nutcracker.
Last week about what the name of this blanket was. And this is not a pattern.
It's not.
This is a Mary Beth.
I'm making it up as I go along. I'm taking the mini, I am knitting till I get to the end of the mini, and then I'm putting in, I think I figured out it's 6 rows of Snow White. And
So you do garter until you finish the mini.
Right, and then it's stockinette with a row of eyelet in the middle for the Snow White section, and then you go on to the next mini. I pulled this and I think I got 2 rows, if that, done. As Helen was saying, bad night for knitting. So this did not get a ton of progress on it, and I think what will probably happen is from now on, if I pull this, I will not show this until I start seeing quite a bit more progress on it. But it's a great thing to do, especially when you're in the garter section, because it's a piece of cake. The eyelet section is a little bit more fiddly because you've got, I think I've got 250 or 260 stitches on, so you've got to purl back, but really,
yeah,
it's one row. It's not that bad. So there is that.
Okay, the last thing that was spun was the Curling Mists shawl, which is the Helen Stewart that we had started with our silky toad in sport weight, and the color is Dear Reader. This is back in 2021 when we did this. So I moved the progress keeper so I could see how much I got done. So I did get a chunk done that night.
It's beautiful, and the drape is unbelievable.
It is. It's gorgeous. It's soft and shiny. And
it's not shiny because shiny gives kind of like a brassy thing. It's shimmery.
It is shimmery, right. So I had 2 skeins and I had to cake up the second skein. And I just hit 35% of the pattern. So again, somewhere down the road, we will be having another discussion. And this will not be as easy a fix because this is sport weight, which we generally do not use.
Do we have any of the silk left?
Undyed?
Yeah, we might.
We might have it undyed. I don't know.
And honestly, Dear Reader is not one that I would hate having in the shop just because it goes so well with everything. So that we could do it up again in Dear Reader.
Yeah, so I'm going to see how far I get.
The only difference will be different dyeing technique.
But it's going to show. Yeah.
It's going to show.
So this is what it looks like so far. This is how much I have so far.
However, if you get to it,
and it's all, well, hold on. It's all the same. It's 2 sections throughout the whole shawl. So I think more than likely what I will do is I will finish the second skein and say, good enough. Let's bind off.
It could be. The other thing is if you get to, and you know you need a 3rd skein and you want it to be the right length or whatever, just make sure you leave enough that you can alternate skeins for like the little bit going in, like 3 or 4 alternations. That's not a word. Sections. Well, not sections, but rows. 3 or 4 rows where you're altering so that you give yourself plenty of time to ease in the next color. But it's so pretty.
It is. It really is. So it's got a garter section, and then, every other row you're doing your increase so that you're getting the asymmetrical shawl. And then a little cable section. So a little 2-stitch cable. So very easy to do without a cable needle and just whip right through.
Yeah. Oh God, it's so pretty.
Love my stitch marker.
Okay, very quickly going through my last 4 things. Well, this one. I pulled the Guernsey Wrap by Jared Flood. And I did not move to the stitch marker, so I'm not sure how far I got, but I did get a little bit of time in on it. This is being done in Guardians of the Forest from our Enchanted Forest collection. It's such a pretty color. So that is moving along. And this wheel also spun my Better Than Fiction shawl. This actually I got 2 days work on. This is by Darcy from Chit Chat Knits, and this I am doing on out of our Princess Bride colorways. So
pretty.
Got a couple of rows in on this. Again, this may be one that I just show after I like finish a section because it's kind of difficult to see any great progress. I will start moving my progress keepers every night when I start knitting. So, and then I have been working on my no frills sweater. I'm doing this out of dandelions from our Astara collection. And I have gotten quite a bit of the body done.
You really have.
I've been moving right along on the body. So I'm getting to the point where I'm going to start measuring to see how much further I want to go. I think I want to go a little bit further.
Yeah.
But I'm going to start looking at it as, is this the right length?
Right.
I love this color so much.
So do I.
Really love this color. I am holding fingering and our Surrey alpaca double, so it is a soft, squishy, halo-y
bundle of joy.
I love it. And this is so easy because it's just knitting in the round. It's just knit.
Just keep knitting. Okay, last up with all of my finishing, I had to have a new start. So back when we dyed the Midwinter's Night, this was, I think, the first Hugo and the Ivy that we did. The Hugo and the Ivies are,
sorry, taking a picture of the cat.
are
Hugo's Choice.
Hugo's Choice, and it's they're our donation yarns. A portion of each sale always goes to a local animal rescue.
I'm sorry, Ivy's working on her bone.
Anyway, we dyed up for me a sweaters quantity for a future sweater. I was ultimately going to do the whatever my
Traveler.
The Traveler. I am trying very hard to keep the name of the sweater that I started in my brain. So nothing else is in there right now.
Okay.
So, but I thought, oh, well, she's already knit that, so I'll knit something new. And I was looking through Ravelry, and I found the Timeless Twist sweater. So it's a V-neck sweater, and I'll put a picture here. And I have just gotten started. It's a top-down raglan. About 20 rows in. And it's knit flat because of the V-neck until I hit the bottom of the V, and then I'll go into the round. So you can see the twist, and it's a variation of a cable, because first you slip the stitch for a couple rows and then you cable it.
Okay. How is that to do?
Oh, it's fine. It's a piece of cake.
Yeah.
And she has a way to do it without the cable needle.
Okay.
So I didn't even have to get up to go find a cable needle.
Okay.
Which is, yeah. I am a lazy slob. So I have the back, and what I'm doing now is increasing for the shoulders and the ultimate armholes, and then coming along this little section here as it starts to grow is the front.
Okay.
Will be the V. So it's fun, really fun to knit, and I love the color.
The color is beautiful.
And it shows. And my biggest problem was every sweater that I was selecting as a contender would look better in solid color
Okay.
or a tonal, not a heavy variegated color like this. So I'm glad that the V's are the twists are showing no problem whatsoever.
Right.
And I checked her pattern picture was a variegated. So I have lots of sweaters in my queue for tonals because I wanted something. The no frills was great. And it's very nice potato chippy knitting,
Right.
going around and around and around and around, but I do like a little variation.
Okay.
So a cable or an eyelet or something,
Right.
some texture or something, just to keep it,
Interesting.
yeah. So that is my sweater. So this is the project that is always being worked on. So every other day is the sweater.
Okay.
And then every other day, the other days are the spins.
Okay.
So, because I don't want this to just be languishing. The others I'm working on to get them done.
Right.
But
This is new and exciting and
Right.
fun. All right. I think that is it. There was a lot.
yes, I will be less next time because I'm trying more for getting more done on each project.
Quantity.
Yes, than just random chaos.
Helen does not work well with random chaos. We have learned this. We should have known this when she started spinning, that it would never work for her. Me, I am just, bring it on. I do get to a point where I'm, okay, that's too much. But so far, it hasn't come yet. So
Well, I've
it's
had
okay.
so many finishes recently that it's just like I really like that feeling.
Yes.
Finishing things and
Yeah.
feeling like I am making progress towards an end goal.
Right.
Not just randomly throwing stitches.
Yes.
Things.
No, I do like the thought that I am putting time in on all these different projects so that I can actually finish them.
Right.
You know, it may take 10 years, but I will finish them. All right. I think that is it for us. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week.
Go forth and create
And we will see you next Monday with
whatever.
we've been working on the week, whatever the wheel spins.
Right.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.